Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Kelly. This is KBellaBeauty, and today I am filming a video that I saw Jen from Jen Luvs Reviews post, and she was talking about 5 products that she's fallen out of love with. So 5 beauty products, makeup products that she used to love that were probably like favorites for her at one time that she just has fallen out of love with, and she doesn't reach for them or love them anymore. So I thought that was a really fun video to watch. I felt like it was really interesting, and I also felt like we had some similarities. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to film this video as well. I will talk about 5 makeup products that I have fallen out of love with, and I just thought that I would share that with you guys. So I will have Jen's video listed down below. Make sure you go check her video out as well. But if you want to know about 5 makeup products that I no longer love, go ahead and keep on watching. So I actually decluttered pretty much all of these makeup products, but the first one was actually the first one that Jen talked about as well, and it is the original Naked palette by Urban Decay. When I first started watching YouTube videos, like, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, everyone was talking about the Urban Decay Naked palettes. I remember them coming out with the Naked 3. I think the Naked 1 and 2 were around when I started getting into YouTube, but I remember them coming out with the Naked 3 and the Naked Smoky and the Naked Heat and just all of the Nakeds. And I remember thinking, like, I need a Naked palette. And so the original Naked palette was the one that was like warmer with that beautiful gold shade Half Baked. And I kept the palette for a really long time, specifically for that gold Half Baked. But I finally decluttered it because I just didn't reach for that palette at all. Like, when I first got it, it was one of my very first high-end palettes, so I did wear it a lot. But then, like, once my palette collection started growing, I literally never reached for it. And the only time I would reach for it is for the Half Baked shade. So I was like, you know what? I just need to get rid of this palette. But I loved it when I first got it. I used it all the time. But I'm just over the hype of the Naked palettes. I think that they had a really great run. I mean, it was like everybody loved a Naked palette, whether it was 1, 2, or 3. I feel like everybody had a favorite, and the 1 was definitely my favorite. There was a period of time when I thought I was going to buy all of them, the 1, 2, and 3, but I'm actually glad that I held off and that I did not ever buy the 2 and 3 because I probably would have ended up decluttering all of them. But I mean, do you guys feel the same way? Like, are people falling out of love with the Naked palettes, or like, is it just me and Jen? I think this is also, if I'm remembering correctly, a product that Jen mentioned in her video as well. But I have fallen out of love with Colourpop liquid lipsticks. I used to love the Colourpop liquid lipsticks when they first started coming out with their lippy sticks and their liquid lipsticks. I was like all about a liquid lip. I still am. Like, I am a liquid lipstick junkie. And at first, Colourpop was like super affordable. You could get a liquid lipstick for like $6. So I had Chili Chili that I loved. I had the purple one. I forgot what that one was called. Man, now I like can't remember the names of them. I had like a grayish mauve shade. I feel like it started with a T. It reminds me of the Kylie Cosmetics Malibu. But I purchased a bunch of their liquid lipsticks. They did feel kind of drying, but like, I typically put a chapstick under all my liquid lipsticks anyway, but Colourpop used to be my go-to. They were affordable, I felt like they lasted a long time, and I was all about a liquid lip. However, once I started getting into my Kylie liquid lipsticks, like, those are my jam. Like, I love Kylie liquid lipsticks. Once I started branching out and trying more liquid lipsticks, I did realize just how drying Colourpop was, but they also don't last a long time. Like, I would have them for maybe like half a year, and then you would start to see the separation where there was like oil and then the actual pigmentation, and I would have to like shake it up to use it. And once it got to that point, I was like, probably shouldn't be putting this on my lips, and I started to throw them away. But when they came out with their satins, like, I love the Colourpop satins. Like, I'm all about a satin. They definitely transfer. They're not like locked in place like the liquid lipsticks are, but I just can't get down with their liquid lipsticks anymore. I loved them, but now we have to break up. I like other liquid lipsticks, but I do enjoy the Colourpop satins. Last year, I really got into illuminating primers, and I had a small sample size that I used for traveling of the Becca Cosmetics illuminating primer, and I loved that thing. I loved it especially on my no foundation days. So I would throw the illuminating primer all over my face, I would do my brows, mascara, some concealer, throw a little bit of blush on, and I feel like it gave me a glow from within. That was like my holy grail primer. Was it last summer or the summer before? And then my friend Smegs actually had a full size of the Becca primer, and she ended up giving it to me because she just didn't love it. She felt like it didn't do anything because she typically wears a lot more full coverage foundation, and you really can't see the primer underneath full coverage foundation. Like, it's definitely more for like your lighter days. But in my Play by Sephora, I got the Cover FX illuminating primer, and I like that primer so much better. I feel like it's not as chunky and glittery, and it definitely like enhances my glow but makes it look more natural. So because I found the Cover FX, I pushed my Becca primer to the side, and I actually ended up decluttering what was left of the large primer that Smegs gave me, and I just am a fan of the Cover FX one, and Cover FX replaced my Becca, and I will not be repurchasing the Becca one. I definitely went through 2 or 3 full sizes of this next product that I'm going to talk about, and it's a drugstore product. I am talking about the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I used to get the shade Light. That was my holy grail concealer. Like I said, I went through like 2 or 3 of them. However, once I started branching out and trying high-end concealers like the Urban Decay and Naked Skin Concealer, I just felt like the Maybelline Fit Me was not everything that I thought it was. Like, I used to think that it was perfect. I thought it was the best shade for me. I thought that it was long lasting. I liked that it was really creamy. I like creamier concealers, not like thick and heavy. But once I tried Urban Decay, Naked Skin, my life was never the same. I actually went out and purchased the Maybelline Fit Me when I finished my Urban Decay Naked Skin, because I was like, you know what, let's get back into drugstore. I love this concealer. It's a holy grail. I went and purchased it, and I was like, first of all, I didn't feel like it was light enough. It wasn't brightening my under eyes. I did not feel like it was as creamy. I didn't feel like it was as long lasting, and I was just like, this feels kind of basic now. And I think that I ended up decluttering that most recent Maybelline Fit Me that I tried. I might have finished it, but I feel like I decluttered it. I just can't remember. It was a while ago. But that was a concealer that was holy grail status for me, and now that's just gone out the window. I feel like it's good for a drugstore concealer, but I typically, like for my face, like my foundations and concealers, like the base products, I typically tend to reach for more high-end. Who else was all about the NYX Butter Glosses? Because I know I was. I had probably like 10 of those things. I had so many shades of the NYX Butter Gloss. Tiramisu was my favorite, that one, and Eclair. I brought them everywhere with me. I would wear them on their own. I would put them over a lipstick. I loved the butter glosses. I was definitely collecting them. Even the shades that I didn't get a lot of use out of, I was like, I need that butter gloss. I had friends of mine buying the butter glosses. Like, I went hard for the NYX butter glosses. And I didn't fall completely out of love with them. I'm just not as obsessed as I was. I still feel like they're good products. I don't have any more of them, but I'm also not a huge gloss fan. Like, if I were to get one again, I think I would purchase Tiramisu, but I don't think I would purchase any other butter glosses. They smelled good, they tasted good, they're affordable, they're drugstore, but I'm just not obsessed with them like I was before. Like, I used to wear them every single day, and now I don't love it as much. There's nothing wrong with it, like it's not a bad product, but I just find that I go for more of a matte lip, and I'm not using glosses a lot, and I actually ended up decluttering all of my butter glosses because I found myself like keeping them around as a collector's item, but I like literally hadn't reached for them in over a year, so I got rid of them. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Those are the 5 products that I have fallen out of love with. They used to hold a special place in my heart, but now I have moved on to, I kind of want to say I've moved on to bigger and better things, but I actually don't really feel like these are bad products, and these are probably still some people's holy grails, but I have just moved on to different things. But I would love to know the 5 products that you have fallen out of love with. Like, do we have some similarities here? Are you still a fan of the Naked palettes? Have you fallen out of love with them? I would like to know some of the things that you guys feel like you just don't love as much anymore. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, our tastes change, new products come out, things get shuffled in and out. There's nothing wrong with it, but these were definitely products that I loved at one time, and I no longer feel the same way. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed before you go. I do post 2 videos a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I'm also trying to get back into throwing a 3rd video up on Mondays or Tuesdays. So if you're subscribed, you will know when I am uploading. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.